The moon hung high over the ancient forest, its silver light casting long shadows across the earth. Tonight, the hunt would begin, an event so old, so sacred, that no mortal had ever witnessed it in full. It was the night of the sacred hunt, where the fate of the seasons would be decided by the gods themselves. The air was thick with anticipation, as the forest stirred with the whispers of creatures both seen and unseen. At the heart of the forest stood the great hunter, a figure cloaked in shadow, the embodiment of the hunt. His eyes glowed with the fire of the stars, and his bow, strung with the sinew of forgotten beasts, shimmered in the moonlight. He was not alone. Beside him stood the Chosen, a mortal, selected from the village to face the gods in this most dangerous of trials. A young warrior, eager to prove her strength, her name was Ira. Her heart pounded with both fear and determination as she gripped her spear. The hunt was simple, yet terrifying, to find the beast that would determine the fate of the world, the silver stag. The stag, said to carry the essence of the seasons within its soul, was elusive and swift. If the hunter succeeded in bringing it down, the coming year would be prosperous, balanced between warmth and cold. Fail, and the world would fall into eternal winter. It was a choice no one could take lightly. Ira's breath misted in the cold night air as the great hunter gestured for her to follow. The forest opened before them, alive with the sounds of distant calls and rustling leaves. As they ventured deeper, the ground seemed to shift beneath their feet, a reminder that this was not just any hunt, it was a battle for the very fabric of time itself. Hours passed, but the silver stag eluded them. Ira's legs ached, her body heavy with exhaustion, yet she pressed on, driven by a sense of fate she couldn't shake. The great hunter's eyes were unwavering, his steps silent as a shadow. He never spoke, never seemed to tire. He was not just a guide, but a force of nature itself, shaping the world around them with every movement. And then it appeared. The silver stag, its coat glowing with the light of 1,000 stars, stood in a clearing ahead. Time seemed to freeze as Ira's heart raced in her chest. The stag's eyes met hers, and for a moment she saw not a creature, but the reflection of herself, of the world, of all the seasons yet to come. The great hunter nodded, giving her the signal. She stepped forward, her spear raised, her breath caught in her throat. But the stag, with a final defiant gaze, turned and vanished into the trees. Ira stood still, the weight of the moment settling over her. The great hunter's gaze softened, and for the first time that night he spoke. "The hunt is not always about the kill," he said, his voice like the wind. "It is about knowing when to let go." And so the seasons would change. Not with the end of a life, but with the understanding of balance, of the quiet surrender between hunter and prey. As the first light of dawn broke through the trees, Ira's heart calmed, the chill of winter no longer heavy in the air. The sacred hunt had ended, and the world would turn once more. If this story resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow. Leave a comment below with your thoughts.